I'd like to say, as Mike kind of segued for me, there are 4 uncontested primaries for House districts in Monongalia County. That is District 77, in which the incumbent, Joe Statler, has no Republican primary challenger, and he will face the Democrat Benji Swanson in the fall. District 77 obviously is the far west and the far south, with a couple precincts coming out of Wetzel County. House District 79, there is no Republican challenger there, only Zach LaMare. Zach, if you'll stand, we'll introduce you. Zach LaMare is the Republican candidate in House District 79, and he will face the incumbent Democrat candidate. House District 80 is Justin White. Justin will face the incumbent Democrat delegate John Williams in the newly formed District 80. We wish him the best of luck. And in House District 81, Stephen Harris is the Republican on the ballot. And he will face the incumbent delegate Democrat Daniel Walker. Yeah, normally that's a chorus of boos. So those are your 4 uncontested House races. We have 2 contested House races for the May primary, District 78, District 82. And in District 78, we have Gino and Tony. We'll start just as you sat down at the table. Gino and then Tony, introduce yourself. We're learning as we go, so bear with me as we evolve. I don't see the need to pass the microphone back and forth. I'll just pass it, and then we'll kind of round robin back, because we don't need to keep swapping the microphone like it's a Canada State commercial, okay? So we'll start with Gino, then we'll go to Tony. You have 3 minutes to introduce yourself, and then pass to Tony for her introduction, and then Tony will just stay with you for first question, okay? So Gino, here you go.
Howdy, everybody. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate you showing some bravery and, heading out into the sweltering heat that we are faced with today, but I'm glad to be inside in a semi-air conditioned building. But my name is Gino Shirelli, and I'm running for House of Delegates in District 78. The reason why I decided to run is because in my line of work as a substance abuse counselor, I saw a lot of people that have been affected by the opioid crisis. At this point, it's hard to find someone that has not been directly, or at the very least indirectly, affected by someone that suffers from addiction. And I feel like I've seen a lot of ways that the state could facilitate their recovery. I think it's the state's responsibility to help facilitate and help get our population back to where it needs to be. I think there's a lot of unending benefits that come along with that. I also saw the effects of drug addiction when I worked as a child protective services worker. I've seen that not only what unchecked addiction can do to people and families, I've seen what government incompetence can do as well. So those 2 things are really what motivated me to run in the first place. But on top of those 2 things being my primary focus, I would love to be a firm, unyielding voice in terms of the conservative argument. I'm fiercely pro-life. I've been endorsed by West Virginians for Life. I'm very much pro-medical freedom. I've been endorsed by West Virginians for Medical Freedom. And then I think that my efforts and the reasons why I am running and my effort, basically everything that I am about this campaign, everything that I've been doing, my efforts have been recognized, and I've been endorsed by Governor Jim Justice. So I look forward to seeing what the future has, because there's a lot that we need to get done. And I look forward to being the person that helps some of the great delegates we already have down there get it done.
Hi, everybody. I too want to thank the sponsors of the event. It's wonderful to be able to engage directly with potential constituents and Mon County residents. I am a nurse practitioner, and I have been in healthcare for about 15 years. I had a previous career as an economist and CPA, and became a nurse after 9/11 and wanting to really do something for my community and people in need. And I've lived my life since then being responsive and attentive to what's going on around me and in my community. I've been very engaged in policy for years, not in politics, but I have been a Republican since I was 18 in West Virginia. I was the Eastern Panhandle rep for the Young Republicans when I was in college. And then when I left the state, I never thought I would see the day that the Republicans would be the majority party, and was so happy when it happened, and was blessed to be sitting on the floor of the House of Delegates when Roger Hanshaw was elected Speaker of the House. So I am very, again, engaged in policy. I've taught it at the university. I have worked with the West Virginia Nurses Association and other state leadership roles, developing, writing, testifying for policy. But Mon County needs a voice from the Republicans in Charleston. And the state is not going to, there's not going to be a blue wave. The Republicans will be staying in power. And Mon County needs a good representative voice of the needs of our community. The business community does not feel like they have a voice. The university, they get their due attention appropriately, but the business community does not feel like there's a concerted voice in Charleston. So I want to be part of that voice. I want to play on a team. I look forward to Sean Sikora being elected on the county commission because he's a great commissioner. He's a great member of the team. And up and down the line, I just want to be part of that team to make sure that Mon County gets our due attention and our community can grow in a very planned and proper way.
Thank you, Tony. We'll stay with you to start our round on your questions. First question for you is the same as it was for our Senate candidates. What can you do, if elected, to improve the condition of our roads and transportation infrastructure in our county?
Yeah, this is a prime example of where I think Mon County doesn't get our due. One thing I'm big on government transparency, and J.B. McCuskey, our state auditor, has really done a fantastic job. And the county commission. We were the first county, I believe, to use checkbook.gov for our government expenditures. But for our roads, I would really love to see the excise taxes that we send, plus the vehicles sold, plus the other earmarked taxes for roads, the total amount from Mon County, and then the amount spent on our roads. I know that's not going to be one for one, and that's all right. I believe we are a great county, and we can help subsidize other counties. But I really would love to see that percentage devoted. The other thing that I think is important is, again, playing as a team. If I am selected as a delegate, I want to make sure that I have a good relationship with the Region 4 Department of Highways leader and be a conduit for constituents and other people concerned. Like Mike Oliverio said, I do believe you win more friends with honey than with vinegar. So I want to have good relationships, and I do want to. I don't know if